Seth, why don't we just hang out in real life normally?
Because we all freaking work too much.
Seriously though.
It's time to hang out. Between work and my freaking kids' baseball, dude.
They play competitive?
No. I coach them, so like,
oh, you're busy.
And I want to freaking win, so we practice all the time. You guys are looking at me like, what are we gonna do with all these knives?
There were a lot, and honestly, it's kind of cool and exciting that we had to split it up because you guys are coming out with so many cool knives, and this is just the mid-year to the end of year release, and these will be kind of sprinkled out throughout the next 6-7 months.
Exactly. Yep.
Cool.
So we had an initial release this year in January. We came over. We went through a bunch of models then.
Right.
This is like our Blade Show release where we're showing a bunch of stuff that's going to be released from now through the end of the year. Ta-da! Maybe pushed a little bit into like January-ish. But
cool.
For the most part, all this stuff's going to be coming out like month after month. We'll have a new release. And then we're going to surprise everybody with a couple of unannounced items now and then that we get to just throw into the mix because the factory's also always making just awesome new stuff.
Heck yeah, I love it. So you've got some cool CIVIVI stuff. Now the first one we're talking is a new flavor on a classic.
Yep, we've got, we just showed at this show some new CIVIVI Elementums. The newness is in the blade. We got the Tanto blade, and then we've got some different handles. We've got a bronze right here. We've got a brass that we're not showing right now. We've got the burlap or micarta that you've got, and then also just a dark brown micarta. Everything's in Tanto, all these new ones.
But this finish is so cool. It's almost like a black wash copper.
Yeah. Did I say bronze?
No,
brass?
You said copper, but you said bronze was another.
We've got copper and brass.
Brass.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you're right. This is like, it's like that distressed or antiqued copper look. This one was the favorite at the show. Of the new Elementums.
That doesn't surprise me. I love how you can see the like brushed streaks through it as well.
Yep.
That thing will patina nice. A little bit of wear and tear, some scuffs here and there.
Yep. It's gonna look awesome. These are gonna be available very, very shortly. I don't know if you guys have them actually in stock yet, but these are gonna be coming out really soon. All right. Let's talk about a bad boy fixed blade.
I really like
the
this
Minimis.
thing. Yeah.
So this is an O-stop Hill design. Like I mentioned, we have a few of his that we've got going. But nice little Kydex sheath. Comes with it with a belt clip on it. A little lanyard with a bead on there. You should take a look at that one.
I love it because I am a big fan of carrying a fixed blade. Mm-hmm. I have a couple go-tos that are real slim and lightweight. And this thing is perfect for that, dude. I love that you guys have a lanyard on it because on these smaller fixed blades, like hands like mine, I grab it and really it's the bead that catches my pinky and that's what I'm pulling on. And as it comes out, then I re-grip my hand.
Yep.
It's like a scalpel almost.
You know it's going to have the steak knives at the restaurants are never sharp.
No.
They're always like serrated because they don't take care of them.
Oh yeah.
Little steak knives.
Yeah, it's basically they hand you a butter knife with some lumps on the end. All skeletonized.
Yeah. It's what do we got on there? 9CR.
Yep. 9CR 18 MOV.
Yeah. And I have to mention too, the standard disclaimer for prototypes. Everything can change.
Right. Everything
colors,
is subject.
steel types, and all that stuff. Most of it's probably going to be similar to what we see here, but it could change.
Right.
So I think this is going to be the 9CR 18 MOV.
Little mini fixed blade.
Nice little fixed blade.
It's awesome.
In contrast, a little bit bigger, more of a traditional size fixed blade here. This is a Bob Terzuola design, and this little guy right here, it's called the Tamashii, based off of the traditional Japanese style, and Bob has designed this for us just recently. He designed this clip for us, the T-clip, which we're using on it. Really versatile clip that allows you to carry this in tip down or scout carry. So you can flip this thing around. Super tight lockup on the Kydex sheath on this thing.
You hear that clip.
It's super nice. Yeah, you get nice solid lockup, no rattle. I'm gonna pass this over to you. Take a look at that handle, because that's one thing we were talking about a little bit before the video.
That's right. We were talking about this handle. One, I was commenting on how I really like this soft, larger jimping on the G10 because you can really thumb ramp. You have jimping up here on the blade, which is great if you're choking
You can choke
up.
all the way up onto the blade. Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
But I love the thumb ramp. It's so smooth and it is so seamless.
Seamless but not. Right?
Seamless but not. And you can see it. So it's the type of knife that it looks like they just dropped the tang in, but it's not. There's a small seam you can see right there in the jimping. But other than that, man, it looks so clean.
Super comfortable
So
handle.
clean.
You're right. It feels like it's one piece.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
just, it's two pieces of G10 pinned on there. Bob Terzola did a really nice job designing this knife for us, so we're excited to be able to make it for him. So what do we have on the prototype still? We've got D2 on the prototype here. It may or may not be
Subject to change.
what it comes out in.
You guys know the deal.
I like the finish on this blade too. I hope that's how it comes out, because it's a stone washed, but it almost looks like a little bit of a hammered texture almost. It's
yeah.
a little bit different.
No, it really is cool. I love it. It's got the, it's almost like galvanized, but it's like this hammery stonewash finish.
Yeah. It's just a little bit different than most of the finishes that we do. So
Yeah.
again, and I don't know if that's because it's a prototype, but it looks pretty cool to me.
I think it's awesome, man. That's cool.
All right. I'm going to show you this little key bit from Ostap. Ostap Hill designed this for us. This is a nice little piece that fits on your key ring. It's a titanium cylinder container with your Torx screw in it. So it's got a reversible clip. Most of the clips are reversible. Reversible clip comes after reversible. No, it's a two-sided bit with a T8 and a T6 Torx bit. So you basically can maintain all of your Wii and CIVIVI products, because that's basically what we use for everything.
Right.
So just a nice little piece to keep on your keys.
Do you mind if I see it?
I do not mind.
Give it to me! Give it to me!
Appreciate you not minding that.
You're not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy.
You can put that on your keys, and then if your pivot gets loose or whatever, you just you've got your little tool to tighten it up. Or
Levi, bless you. Bless you, Levi. I love it because a lot of times I've never had really a good way to carry one on my keys or something readily available like that.
When I first saw the picture of it, because I saw a picture of it before I knew what it was.
Yeah.
And I only saw that picture, and I was like, "What is inside that?" I was like, I wonder what they made.
Well, and a lot of people do capsules or
Yeah.
a little mini lighter, or but to have this little thing, and this is my favorite part, guys. With the cutouts here on top, you can actually use the key ring to get that extra twist that you need when you're using it.
Yep.
Dude, it's so
That
nice.
magnet just sucks that bit up in there.
Yeah, that's cool.
And yeah, I like you said, I'm never gonna carry personally, I'm not gonna carry a Torx screwdriver,
Right.
or
Yeah.
anything like that with me. I'm not gonna
Right.
carry something, but I'll carry this thing.
I like that you guys come out with things like this, the whistle, the Wii chain pendant that we were talking about in the other video. It's this kind of stuff that people, when they're like, I need a knife, they search it out and then they're like, ooh, what's that?
Yeah.
I'm a trinket
Yeah.
person, and so when I see little trinkets, I'm like, I need that too. Add to cart.
This is a good add-on.
It really is.
What do you put in your cart when you're $12 short of free shipping?
Exactly.
Or whatever.
Right?
This won't be $12. I don't know how much it's gonna be, but
Yeah, prototype. Prototype, guys.
Prototype.
Keep an eye on the site.
Next up, we've got a Dylan Mallory Hadrose. And I wanted to call it the Hadrose, but at the Blade Show, he told me it was called the Hadrose because it's named after the Hadrosaurus, which he does a lot of his knives and kind of bases the style off of dinosaurs.
That's cool.
Which makes sense, you know, because this Wharncliffe style here is a little bit dinosauric.
It's got like that forward strength, like a claw or like a talon type of thing. I like how slim the scale is.
Super slim. The thumb stud action on this thing, really good.
It really
Really
is.
good.
Really good. Yeah, deep carry pocket clip on this guy, micarta.
This has got all of the, you've got the micarta, I really like that color micarta too.
Yeah, it's like a dark.
like a
Sometimes
black
black
micarta.
micarta comes off as a little bit gray. Some of the material gets a little light, but I like how this is so dark straight off the get.
Yep, I've got a G10 here, stainless steel, skeletonized liners. So the steel's to be determined on these guys, but these are prototypes. And like I said, I've got a D2, you've got a 10CR, so stay tuned. All right,
Awesome. And what was this one called?
the Hadrose.
The Hadrose. I like it.
All right, let's go Ferrum Forge.
Ooh.
This one's called the Stylum, and oh man, I always mess it up on my first try.
I thought you
It
hit it.
was close.
Oh, was it?
I hit it a little bit too hard because this is a double detent slip joint. Right, so had it been a traditional liner lock, it would have been fine.
Right.
But anyhow, I bounced it back just a little bit. So this is a really sleek little design from Ferrum Forge. Again, we call it the Stylum, and this one's a micarta version. This one's it's on the bottom of the blade right there in the back, which it's kind of fun. This one's listed as 10CR. But here, take a look at this one, and then check out the pocket clip style that we got on there.
Oh, would you look at that?
Put that
Just look at that.
I really like that.
The double detent. Yeah, it feels really locked in there, you know?
We have to come out with some knives for the guys that can't have locks, right?
Oh,
Absolutely.
absolutely.
There are a handful of places in our world where you can't have a lock on your knife. And then there's also just certain advantages to having that style of a setup anyway.
Small, deep carry pocket clip.
Comes right out the back.
Comes right out of the back, so it's all flush and inlaid.
So let's move on from that one, and I'll show you this one that's a smaller,
Okay.
not slip joint. This one has a lock. This is a Justin Lundquist design, but do we call this a top flipper in your mind?
I mean,
Front flipper? I would call it a top flipper.
yeah, a
but
top
I don't
flipper.
know if that's a thing.
A top flipper. Hey, you know what? Hey, you guys, if you guys know the correct terminology for having the jimping and the tab out just the top, I'd be interested in seeing what all the people say.
What would you call it?
Yeah, what would you call it?
I don't even know. Like, I can't even tell you that. Like,
But I like it. It actually, the action is super smooth. It works really well for me. But a little bit smaller blade, really lightweight knife. This one's gonna come in, it's like right around just a couple of ounces.
I really like this knife. I think it's a cool design. Justin Lundquist is always coming out with cool stuff. Love his designs. I love that it's a reversible deep carry pocket clip it has
Recessed.
the recessed section right here for it to drop in. Super smooth, super light, and I like that you get the micarta all the way from tip to tail. Good liners, good lockup. I think it's a hollow grind.
It's a really nice hollow grind.
It's
Yep.
beautiful, really slicey. That's cool,
Yeah.
man.
Good
Cool.
little. I like this little. I like the size of a knife.
Yeah.
These kind of disappear. They're super lightweight. Disappear in your pocket.
Love it.
A little bit bigger. I know there's a lot of guys out there that like bigger knives, so we're gonna hit some bigger knives. Then we're gonna go back to some baby knives.
Cool.
We've got a new version of the Synergy. The Synergy was originally released with Wii as the Synergy 2, which is a little bit larger than this one. Then we released the Mini Synergy. Some people call it the Minergy.
The Minergy. I like that.
That was released under the Wii brand as well. So now the Synergy family has multiplied into the CIVIVI brand, and we've got the Synergy 3, which is a G10 handle. We've got it in both the upswept blade and the Tanto blade. And then there's going to be a few different color varieties that are going to be available in both style blades. So those are to be determined. But that one that you've got there, I'm digging with that layered
Okay,
G10.
so I was excited for me to just jump in here. The Damascus on this blade is fantastic. I love it when you can feel the different layers in the Damascus. Plus, I was tripping looking at this handle, the scale on here. I was like, it's carbon fiber, but... So it's a layered carbon fiber G10 handle, right? And with the milling and the shaping that you guys have been able to do, it comes out in the texture almost like wood grain.
Yeah, it's a really nice style. That's something that Jim O'Young, the designer of the Synergies, asked for. He said, why don't we try he said, do you guys have a layered G10 carbon fiber? And when we said that, I was kind of like, yeah, like that sounds like a really good idea.
Oh, heck yeah. I think it's cool because, well, carbon fiber keeps it light. It's super cool. Like it's like a little splash of extra, right? Oh, I got carbon fiber on my knife. But to have the look of like a wood grain come through with the layered G10, it's super cool. Plus, I love what you get as far as gripping this with the milling, and I think it's cool. It's like a ripple effect coming off the pivot.
Yep. The milling pattern, you can see how that kind of comes out from the pivot and then it goes all the way back. It gives you a lot of traction on the G10. The original Synergies, the Synergies in the Wii line that use titanium handles, they're all integral handles.
Yeah.
So these are not, but you get to take that styling of the Synergy and put it into a little bit more affordable package here in the CIVIVI line. All right, let's look at some new button locks.
Ooh, show me.
We have two new button locks.
Speaking of button lock,
Look at that.
right there, carrying.
Those are in high demand. You gotta
Extremely
be careful,
high demand.
Be careful carrying that one
I
around.
know. That's why I have it. It's very tight in my pocket, and I will feel it if anybody tries to lift that baby.
So we do have some more of those that should be in stock very, very soon.
Yeah.
For those of you that wanted a flipper tab or a thumb stud on your button lock Elementum, you cannot have it. But
I like that.
But you can have the Cogent, which is a flipper tab button lock. New from CIVIVI.
Oh man.
How's the action on that guy?
Are you kidding me? Dude.
It's good.
You don't
It's
even
good.
need the flipper tab, guys. You just give it a little whip. Are you kidding me?
It's an awesome action. It's a little bit more tactical than like your button lock Elementum.
Yeah.
It's got a really nice finger guard here using your flipper tab and the milling in the handle there. You've got a nice big flat ground blade with a lot of cutting edge on there.
This is cool. It's nice and slim, even though it's not a overly robust knife, but you need something to hold on to in a slightly more tactical knife. And it's nice that there's a lot to hold on to, but you still get this super slim, slicey point here towards the front side of the blade. Plus that button lock.
The button lock, guys, it works. It's really nice. You've got some milling on your G10 handle there to keep that button from being accidentally pushed there.
Yeah, it recesses in. I like that. I just failed. I was like,
This one, I love. The flipper tab on this is designed to be very, very minimal. So you can almost not even see it, right?
That's actually what I was going to say. I was going to say, coming off the top as you roll with your finger, you just catch the tip of that.
Yeah.
And, I mean, the action is obviously super smooth, so it just pops open.
This is one of my favorite flipper tabs. It's really done well.
I agree.
It's because and most of these are fairly unobtrusive, but some of the flipper tabs will stick out there really far, and that's one of the reasons that I really love the button lock Elementum, because it doesn't have one, and it's so smooth around that pivot area. This one, it just disappears into the top there, but it's hard to fail. You just pull along the top there, and you're gonna hit that.
You hit that top little edge of the fin there, and it just pulls down so nice.
So,
and what was this one called again?
It's called the Cogent.
The Cogent. Oh, that's cool. All right, what else you got?
We have the thumb stud button lock. This is called the Altus. And a little bit smaller. People, when they saw it at the Blade Show, they said, "Oh, that looks like a 3/4 sized Brazen." So if you're familiar with the Brazen that came out, not that long ago, 6 months ago, this is very, very similar to that, but it's a little bit smaller. It's got the button lock, and it's got thumb studs.
So I was playing with these knives beforehand. Obviously, there's some great options as far as what is cool and fun. This knife just is like, to me, this is a well-rounded EDC. You will have a ton of people that will love the flow here. You got the drop point, nice and slim, slicey.
This is like my style. This is like my knife.
I was playing with one of my wee Banters, actually, it was about a week ago, in Virginia, at our Virginia warehouse. Now, I was playing with it, just messing with the detent, because your detents are so good, And one of our employees over there was like, my son is a huge fan. I was like, well, where is he? Let's hang out. And Jaden, my good man Jaden, he came, we hung out, and I was showing him the detent on the Banter, and I had to leave it with him. He needed that knife more than I did.
Another knife lost.
Another knife lost, but for a great cause. Jaden, I know you're flipping that knife right now. Good detent, huh? Oh yeah. Yeah, you know it is.
It works with that the cutout there. Gives you the perfect little launch angle on it. I've heard it from multiple independent sources that the thumb stud action on the Banter is the best. It's just the best.
It really is, and I love that you guys can take the action from the Banter, which I think is one of the best out there, especially thumb stud detent.
Thumb stud detent action.
And you're able to put it into your other knives, different variations. This, to me, is very similar as far as the Elementum in great size, and it's a style and a shape that everybody can like. Even the hands, my big old hams, as people call them, whatever. It's kind of silly, but even my hand, it fits perfect in there, right through the two grooves, holds my fingers right in place.
Yeah, the shape on this handle,
it's cool.
Is awesome. You've got a lanyard post in the back if you wanted to add a lanyard to it. If you've really got really meaty hams,
right?
You can stick a lanyard on there, and it's one of my favorite ways that they do it, actually, because
yeah, with the post. Not many people do the post.
I like that.
That's cool.
So
reversible
this
deep carry,
a winner for sure.
Oh, definitely.
Reversible deep carry.
What's the name on this guy?
This is called the Altus.
Cool.
It's awesome. So let's move to the last knife that I have to show you, and that is the highly anticipated. We said the name Banter a lot. This is the Baby Banter. And I had to go through some. You're waiting to jump in. I had to go through a lot to get this here, because the prototype that we had at the Blade Show walked away from our booth.
Shame on you guys. Come on.
Shame.
Shame.
But I got one because, again, you know, I'm local here to Blade HQ and also local to Ben Peterson, and he had one that we were able to snag, one of his personal prototypes, and so we brought that over. Kurt, what do you got?
This just screams Ben.
Now, he made some changes, I'll call them upgrades from the Banter. And the Banter's in the Wii line, and this is in the CIVIVI line.
Right.
So there's some style changes here. One of the things that he did is the cutout on the non-lock side is a little bit deeper. You can get to that lock just a little bit easier than you can on the Banter, right? Because that scale is knocked down just a little bit. So it's super easy to hit that liner lock there to disengage it.
Yeah, it is.
He made the pocket clip reversible with cutouts on both sides to recess
Yeah, I
it.
like that.
Mm-hmm. Big finger choil in the front, and then a smaller blade, and that's, you know, basically your differences between this and the original Banter.
Yep. A lot of people have been anticipating and waiting.
Rightly so. It's going to be available in about 4 different color variations, and it'll be hitting this fall.
I'm assuming one of those colors is blue.
We haven't decided yet. No, there will be.
How can you not do a Ben blue? You know what I mean?
I was trying to come up with something there. Yes, there will be a blue version. There's going to be a blue, there's going to be a purple, and a couple blacks. So it's gonna be cool.
Now the purple may or may not have a gold thumb stud.
That's right.
That's flashy.
I have to point out one more thing on this knife that we didn't talk about. When you talk about the under jimping
Okay.
on the finger choil there,
And you get a little bit on the lock bar.
yeah, you've got jimping on the underside of the blade where it forms the finger choil there to give you a
Little
bit of
extra
traction
grip.
right there. I really like that.
Yeah. Well-refined piece of art, Ben. I approve.
This stuff that we're releasing here received more positive comments and excitement than the first half of the year. So, you know, we had our January stuff, people were excited about it, and then we have our fall release, and people were like, that's the good stuff. So we held back the good stuff, I guess, for the last half of the year, but it's all awesome stuff. People loved it at the Blade Show, and like I said, we have some other stuff coming down the pipe too that hasn't even been shown here. I'll announce here nobody has known yet that we have an Appalachian Drifter 2 coming out in August. So
that's exciting.
it is exciting because people were really digging that knife. It's a double D10 slip joint as well.
Right.
The Appalachian Drifter 2 has a lock, so it's gonna be cool.
He's teasing you guys.
It's a little bit of a tease.
He's
Nobody's
teasing you guys.
seen that yet. I haven't even seen one in person yet, but it's coming.
That's exciting. Guys, cool stuff coming from CIVIVI. Always coming out with cool stuff. Bangers, some EDC pieces that literally will be popular for years to come. I love it.
Yep.
Seth, thanks for coming on, man.
Thanks for having us.
I appreciate you. Dude. All right, guys. Make sure you check out the website. Jump on. Watch for these releases as they come throughout the rest of the year. And we will catch you on the next one. What's up, guys? Welcome to the end screen. If you guys like the knives that we talked about today, jump over to bladehq.com. Also, like, subscribe, and check out the playlist down below.